Yeah, hi guys, welcome back to Marathon-Crossfit here, and this time I'm going to show you 2 weeks of the Texas method. So we're starting out with squats with 132.5 kgs or roughly 300 pounds. And this is volume day on Texas method. So what you're seeing here is the 5th set of a 5x5. So you do 5x5 squats, usually on a Monday or a Tuesday, depending on how you get into the gym. And then you go and actually do a bit of volume. So this is a volume day. You're working at somewhere around 70 to 80% of your 1 rep max, or at 90% of your 5 rep max that you actually established in the week before, but I'll go into that a bit later. So then here you see 107.5 for bench press. That was also a 5x5, and you will also see me fail on the 5th repetition. So that was number 25. So I did 25 repetitions at 107.5 and then I failed. So that is not necessarily bad, but still though, you need to do, when you fail, stay calm, just like I did here. Don't get into a panic and get some help. So then I went on to deadlifts on the next day. So the program actually prescribes to do the deadlifts on the same day, but based on my lifestyle, I usually have about an hour in the gym. Otherwise, it just gets a bit too long. Like 1.5 hours in the evening after work is for me just too long. So I did the deadlifts on the recovery day. So this is the first exercise on the recovery day. That's the second day of the program and of a week, and I did 137.5. So normally you do that on the same day as the 5x5s, okay? So then I went on to the recovery squats, which is 2x5 at roughly 60 to 70% of your 1 rep max. And what I'm really focusing on at the moment is to make these ones pop at the top. So as you see here, I really want to lock out strong and have this kind of a pop at the top of the rep, that it's almost like the bar is flying off my shoulders, so that I get a bit more speed and a bit more explosiveness into my reps. The heels are still coming off the ground. I don't know, no matter how much stretching I do, I just can't seem to fix that. Still working on that. So then up to overhead press, 60 kg by 2x5. Now also on the recovery day, you usually do the overhead press or the bench press. You rotate those two during the weeks. So here you see 135 kg, so that's the week after. So I went 2.5 kgs up for a 5x5. So here you can also see 5 reps. I always try to break parallel and go very deep. And also I just recently did a deload of about 10%. And I think that actually helped the depth quite considerably, because beforehand I was not really executing everything up to scratch. So here you also see a bit less coming off the ground with the heels here. Still not perfect, but at least less. That is how I started the new week. I didn't film the 1x5 for the first week, where I did a 147.5. So here we are with the deadlift at 150 kg for 5. So also that is 2.5 kgs up from the week before. And what I also like to pay more attention to is that I'm actually keeping the bar closer to my shins. That is also why I'm wearing the rebound knee sleeves there, so that I won't scrape my shins and get bloody shins. So if you have knee sleeves, you don't necessarily have to buy those deadlifting socks, because you can just use the knee sleeves and wear them around your thighs. to actually protect your shin at the front. So then over to recovery day at 110 kg. So again, same applies as the week before, just with 2.5 kilograms more. Make it pop at the top. So there you go, nice and deep, and then really pop it out at the top. Also here you see on the first 2 reps, actually the heels didn't come off the ground. On the third they did. So, you know, still working my way around that. And, you know, always do your best to keep up form. And then I went really deep there as to grass, and out I went. Then 110 kg for 2x5 on the bench press, because I rotated here. So this is then the recovery. Otherwise I would have done an overhead press. So again, week to week you rotate the overhead press and the bench press for the volume recovery and max day. So then I went to do some block pulls at 140 kg. So this is not necessarily Texas method, but also just to show you how to get more volume in for the deadlift, if you so may wish, because the volume is rather low on the Texas method for the deadlift. So some block pulls, for example, can be a good way of getting more volume, and I did 3x5 by 140 this week. So then off to the max day, 1x5 for 150 kg on the squat. I always do warm-ups. So for the warm-ups I do usually 60, 90, 100 with 5 reps, 3 reps, 2 reps, and then I do 130 for a single, and then I do 150 for the 1x5. That works out for me quite well, because I find that to jump from 100 to 150 is quite a big jump, so I always like to have 130 or 140 in between. So that for the max effort day. And then I went on to the overhead press for 70 kg, and but still we got one more rep here. So you see, like the max effort set, that always takes a bit longer. So then we went on to overhead press, 70 kg. So here I tried to hit 5, but I didn't make it in the end. I did 4. I mean, with a push press at the end I would have done it, but that would be kind of cheating. So I didn't do that. And that was the 2 weeks of Texas method. I hope you enjoyed it, and please subscribe.